Hi, I'm Dr. Jessica Kapp, and I am a senior lecturer and the associate department head in the U of A Department of Geosciences. Where we are today is called Texas Canyon, and this is a wonderful place to see exposed granite, which is a pretty common type of rock at the Earth's surface, but here it's really spectacular because of the way that it weathers. So here you see two big boulders with a giant space in the middle, and you might be wondering, why is there such a big space between these rocks? And the answer again is erosion. There was a vertical crack somewhere in this big mass of granite that allowed water to work its way down into the granite and eat away at these rocks, leaving behind this big gap. It wasn't a softer material, it was the same exact type of material, but it was eroded because that water could find its way into the rock along a crack. And under my feet you can see another place where there would have been a horizontal crack, and water was coming in that way as well and eating away at the rocks from underneath.
If you ever happen to be driving along I-10 and you see these incredible boulders that are balancing on one another, you're in Texas Canyon and you're just a mile away from the Amerind Foundation. We're here on 1,900 acres located in Texas Canyon. The Amerind Foundation is a museum, a library, an archive, an art gallery, and so much more.
We found objects that humans made and used that date back 13,000 years. There were several probably small family communities that were living here around 1,000 years ago, and they were the subject of several excavations. And of course, perhaps most famously to Southeast Arizona, this was also the home of the Apache people, particularly the Chiricahua Apache people, with such important chiefs like Cochise, from which our county takes its name.
Even though we're in Arizona, this is called Texas Canyon because some of the homesteaders who came here in the late 1800s, early 1900s came from the state of Texas, brought their family, and thus there were many people here from the state of Texas, and the name stuck, Texas Canyon.
I'm Linda Kelly, owner of the Triangle Tea Guest Ranch, and came here about 10 years ago from Southern California. This particular ranch was a cattle ranch, and then in 1922 it became a guest ranch. And some people bought it in 1927. M.J. Tutt and her family, very connected with Hollywood in New York. And since then, their best friends were Clark Gable and Carol Lombard. So she was a stunt double, and they brought in a lot of their friends, and then the early movies and movie stars started coming here and have made it famous.
And behind me you see the original movie set from the 3:10 to Yuma movie, shot in 1956, came out in 57. Glenn Ford, Van Heflin, Felicia Farr. It was a great old Western, really classic Western movie. That's not really the first movie that was shot here. The first one we knew about is Gary Cooper and Along Came Jones. And then since then there's been many, many movies shot here.
Over here we have the Lone Ranger, who had many famous film series on TV in the early days. And we have Roy Rogers and his famous wife, Dale Evans. Of course, everybody knows their beautiful cowboy singing. This is Will Rogers' photo over here. And he flew in a plane and landed here very often to visit his good friends, the Tutts. And everyone knows the Duke, John Wayne. And he filmed here in the 30s, and you can see a picture there. It's very typical of the ranch.
It's spectacular. And it gets in your blood. I never get tired of it. And when you get out in our property and in Texas Canyon on horseback, you go back a century, and that's the way you feel.
To me as an archaeologist, the fact that there are so many thousands of years of human stories represented on this property gives me chills when I think about it. And when I get to walk through the Amerind Museum collection and see the stories and the evidence of all these many people and their lives, it makes this space particularly special.
I wake up, I walk to work, and I look around and I'm just astounded. I can't believe that I'm here, and I'm thrilled, absolutely thrilled. And that's the experience anyone coming here will have as well.
We're so lucky to live in a place where there's so much to do outdoors. We have beautiful weather most of the year, and you can really get out and see what the earth is all about. It's right there at your fingertips, under your feet, just waiting to be explored.
Our mantra here is discover the magic and treasure the memories, because there is magic here, and the memories become wonderful.